Hi, this is Mike J. Welcome to the channel. What I want to talk about here today is motor oil and what types of motor oil to use in your vehicle. In fact, there's a lot of controversy and a lot of talk on forums and stuff like that about what type of oil, what grade of oil, and all that stuff to use. Well, I always follow the manufacturer's recommended oil. In fact, manufacturers test their engines with a spec oil made for that car when they do their testing. And once the car is still under factory warranty, it's probably wise to keep the oil that the manufacturer specs out for the car in case if there's a failure, that there's no issues about if it's covered or not. But anyways, talking about oil is like talking about religion and talking about politics. Everybody's got their side to it and everybody's got different views. But to my experience, these are the type of oils that I've used in the cars that I've owned or that I do own now, and I do follow these. And the choice is yours if you do decide to follow them. You may not necessarily need to use that particular brand, but make sure that it has the specs for your vehicle, that it's compatible to the car that you're putting the oil in, or the oil that you're putting into the car. Anyways, I am no oil expert by all means. This is my experience from what I've used in my vehicles. So let's get started with the Camaro SS. Well, all the new Camaro SS's are filled with this right here, Mobile 1, and this is a full synthetic oil, and it's 5W30 weight. Now the sump, or the oil sump, or the oil in the Camaro is 10 quarts to fill it with the filter. So this oil here you can buy at AutoZone, and I believe I paid like $9 for this. I just bought this as top off oil, and I haven't had to put any in my Camaro yet because I don't have that many miles on it. It's just basically a garage clean for now. But anyways, this is what is factory filled from Chevrolet when your car comes in. And this is the type of oil that you should be putting into it, although that there are other specs of oil that is compatible with this Mobile 1 that's very equivalent to. And then we have my Mustang, which is a 2016 Mustang GT 5.0. And this is the oil that Ford specs for it. It's a Motorcraft synthetic blend oil. It's 5W20. Yes, I know it's a thin oil, but you got to remember that these Coyote engines were tested with the Ford Motorcraft synthetic blend oil. And I do live here in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, the temperature gets hot. I've owned a 2012 Mustang GT, and now I have a 16 that had this oil in it throughout the life of the vehicle, and it works perfectly fine. In fact, my 16, this bottle was like half full. I just topped off oil in my 16 GT. So it's got about like almost 9,000 miles on it, and I had the first oil changed at 3,000. So I've driven like 6,000 miles, and I've only added a half a quart of the factory oil in the car. So that's not too bad. 6,000 miles consuming half a quart of oil, I think that's really good. Although that I did have a 2014 as well Mustang GT with a track package. Now that one specifies a 5W50 oil, and I don't have a bottle that I can show you, but that one is a full synthetic oil. It's not a blend. I don't have any to show you, but I do have a oil that I did use to do some top off when I had my 14 track package, and that one used a 5W50. And as you know, the W stands for winter, and the lower the number, the better it is for the cold. And the second set of numbers, the higher it is, the more it's able to take heat and high performance driving. Well, as you know, the track package, which is now the performance package in the Ford Mustang, requires the 5W50 oil that is filled from the factory and it's full synthetic. Due to the reason why is because people that buy the track package or the performance package will be tracking their car and will be putting it through a lot of extensive use and high RPMs and all that stuff. But this oil right here is equivalent to the Ford Motorcraft full synthetic, and I've got some in here because I was just using this as top off. To tell you the truth, my the 2014 and the 2016 Mustang GT that I've owned really didn't consume a whole heck of a lot of oil. It was averaging about 6,000 miles, half a quart. Now I did have a 2012 Mustang GT that consumed a lot of oil, but that's a whole different issue. I burned like a quart of oil, like 800 miles. But anyways, the Coyote motors have gotten a lot better as far as oil consumption goes. And but yeah, this would be like the oil that would be used in the performance package or the track package of the Mustang. This is just a equivalent brand, and it's Castro, which is just as good as of an oil. And I have here Pennzoil. This is a 5W40. Okay, so this is a pretty high performance oil as well. As you remember, the second set of numbers, the higher the number, the better it is for heat and high performance usage. And I don't know if you see it or not, but there is a Ferrari logo on the bottom of this. This was for my Fiat 500 Abarth. And it came from the factory with this Pennzoil oil that is a 5W40 due to the fact that because it is turbocharged and it does run very hot because it is a small motor, and when you do wrap it out, I'm sure that that oil with the heavy weight helps. This bottle right here is full because my Abarth never really burned all that much oil, believe it or not. It probably burned less than my 16 Mustang, and I still have a whole quart of oil here that I never use, so that shows you how little my Fiat really burned oil. I know a lot of people with the Fiat 500s Abarths on the forums complain of issue with oil burn. In fact, one of the subscribers that I subscribe to, YouTuber, just got rid of his Abarth like right before I got rid of mine, and he was burning oil like by the quarts, and I never had that problem, surprisingly. But this is a really good oil, the Pennzoil. It has to because it has Ferrari on it, right? But anyways, yeah, this isn't really oil that I would need anymore because I don't have the car. But this is to show you that being that this is a 5W40 full synthetic, this is being a 5W50 full synthetic. These two oils right here are very high performance oils due to the fact that because of the nature of the car that these are going in. But there you have it. And these oils I've used, I've never had an issue with. I live here in Arizona. I know a lot of people tend to, not agree with it. They put their own oils, what they want to put in their cars. But with my experience and what I've put in my cars, and I like to follow the factory spec oils. Another thing is, I change my oil by, per se, the oil life monitoring on the car. I mean, a lot of people will change it every 3,000, 5,000, no matter if it's the best oil. And, if you keep your cars a long time, 10, 20 years, yeah, putting oil in there that's good oil and changing it very often probably will, make the car last longer. But what works for me, every couple years, I trade my cars in, and these oil works fine. So anyways, like I said, I'm no oil expert. This is my experience from the oils that I've used. But anyways, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, comment, tap the notification bell for future videos. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next one. And thank you for 200 subscribers. Thanks for watching. Take care.